Think I put the ball out with the one with the flow.
Yeah, what's up, you guys? The Good Vibe Tribe podcast back with you. I'm Taylor James, and this is.
I am Protag.
How you guys been doing this week? You have a good week?
Man, I've had a phenomenal week, man. I'm about to drop a beat tape this Friday. Having beats being done left and right, just working super hard on the beats, and I'm just like, man, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna put something out for the people to hear, and hopefully they like it. And it's coming out this Friday. It's called Not Just a Rapper, actually.
Yeah, you guys are gonna like it. Pro kills it with the beats.
Thanks, brother. You know,
A lot of good beats on it for sure.
for sure. Yeah. Game Warden is on there, and Game Warden is one that I've been having for a while, and all my friends been playing it. And it was one that I was a little skeptical about putting on there, but I'm super excited for that one to be out there and for people to actually hear it.
Yeah, that one's a vibe for sure.
It is. It just has that feel to it, but I'm super excited about it. But this is episode 2. We got a lot of things to cover. A lot of shout outs and people that been showing support, man. It's really amazing just doing a podcast like this and just starting off and having the support and the love from all the people that we know. It's just like, we got about 1K plays in one day. It's just like seeing people just watch it and then giving the feedback. And we started a Facebook page and people been adding the Facebook page. It's just really exciting, and I'm really excited about where this goes. You know what I mean?
For sure, yeah. We really appreciate you guys tuning in and sharing and interacting with us, because, like I said, like this is we started this podcast to just kind of step out of our comfort zone, kind of talk about us, get to know you guys better, and talk about the music. And it's just we were really excited about all the feedback we got. We got a lot of great feedback, and that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, one person I want to give a shout out to, I saw that he made a comment on our post, is Kyrie, man.
Yeah.
His music videos and stuff that he's stepping into it's so cool, man. You know, just seeing him and the artist that he was and the stuff that he's doing right now. Like, I want to give a big shout out to Kyrie, man, because
For sure.
I love seeing those music videos and him push towards his dream like that. Like, it's really dope, you know what I mean?
Definitely check out his new song, Bounce.
Yeah, man, but that one's awesome. Another one that I want to give a shout out to is Hoodie.
Yeah.
Man, you saw that freestyle he did the other day, man, but that was just...
Bro, he killed it.
He did kill it. And just like the freestyle on the spot, like I know how hard that is, you know, just somebody playing a beat, but he's been at it for so long. So like his freestyles are just off the chain, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you really got to be comfortable in your element. Speaking about freestyling, like when me and Pro started hanging out again and making music and stuff, he kind of started pushing me into freestyling. And
Yeah.
it's something that I definitely tap into from time to time. Like when I'm by myself, I feel like I'm pretty good at it, but when a couple of friends get around or something, it's hard to just keep going, because like, you know, you get embarrassed or whatnot. But it is like super good practice for coming up with melodies, just unique melodies for the music, and then
For sure.
it'll bring about a lot of ideas that I feel like you wouldn't normally have. So that's a
Yeah.
pretty cool aspect.
Like, it's always been a recording technique for me. Like, a lot of times when I'm making a beat or something, like I freestyle and piece together the bars. So I've actually been freestyling, and like I write too, but I've been freestyling for so long. Whenever I hear a beat, it's like the inspiration that it gives me, and it's just a really awesome recording technique that I picked up on. And it's something that I inspire for all people to try out. You know, like if you're a songwriter, just throw on a beat one day and just see if you got it, you know, and just keep on picking up with it. I know this technique is probably out there, but one thing that I referred Taylor to do is to get the Rhyme Zone app. And the Rhyme Zone app, like, it comes in like categories of like what the word means, and there's like near rhymes and stuff on that. Yeah. And it's just good practice just to like say the rhymes over and over, like you see them, like the near rhymes and stuff like that. And it's not something that I do for the like songs all the time. Like I'm not just like looking up rhyme zone, lyrics all the time, but it helps, just learning how to freestyle, you know what I mean?
It definitely helps for sure. Like, it's a cool app because, if you're writing a song and it kind of starts going a direction you're not crazy about, or you're not real happy with something you wrote, you kind of go back and can find a rhyming word or something, and it just pulls up a whole list of stuff, and it will kind of give you a whole different idea to run with. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. I did want to mention that in July we will have my friend Flash on. He hit me up this week, and he said that he's off and he has some time off in the first week of July. So we will have Flash on the podcast. I'm super excited about that. I've been friends with Flash for probably over 10 years also, and he's been doing his thing. He's been on podcasts and stuff like that also. So I'm super excited to have Flash on,
Yeah, for sure. Flash is a good dude. I haven't got to chill with Flash a whole lot. I met him back in the day, but just a good, genuine guy.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
For sure. And like the person that got me listening to Flash and hearing Flash's music is actually Sam, which is actually the funny part because Sam is the reason why we are friends. So Sam, if you're watching this, we gotta have you on the podcast,
man. ASAP, for sure. We gotta work on some new music too, bro.
For sure. Sam's dope,
Sam's
man.
cold with it.
I will probably say it every single podcast. Sam is dope.
Yeah, he really is. He's just a great dude, but man, he's got the bars.
For sure. Yeah, speaking of the bars, like he was talking about how he wants to come on here and do a freestyle too, and I'm all for it, bro. If we need a segment like one take freestyle, just throw on a beat and just like I'm just like, bro, kill it, like Sam would be probably the one to start that off, you know what I mean?
For sure. But yeah, so this week I got a hold of Caleb, and a few of the songs that I'm going to be releasing soon, me and him, we wrote. So he's going to get some guitar tracked out for me, and then I'm going to get that sent over to Brett, get the drums added, get the vocals locked in, get Kelly on some piano.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who I'm going to have play bass on it yet. Might have Pro add some bass on there, but I'm excited to just finally get some stuff down and get it released. Like, that's one of my main goals this year, is to get a project released and be official out there on Spotify, Apple Music, everything, because I've been playing music for so long and I literally have so many songs, and that's what most people know me for. But at the end of the day, it's like people are like, well, where can we find you? I'm like, you can find a Facebook video or reel or something.
Man, you
like
got reels for days though, man.
I got reels. I got videos for days on my Facebook page, but as far as like Spotify and stuff like that, just becoming like legitimate across the board.
Right,
it's
for
like
sure.
Just something to work towards that I'm really excited about.
I mean, if you want to go watch his reels, they're on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, on Facebook. It was like an everyday thing where it was over 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, it was a few months for sure, every day.
A lot of awesome ones in there, man. Like a lot of my favorites. Like Sweetest Girl is actually one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah, that's always been a good one.
What's your favorite one that you've done that you can think about?
My favorite one that I've done.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I like that Elvis Presley song that we did.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to think of what song that was. Yeah, it was just a fun one because it was like stepping outside of my comfort zone, and I liked how it turned out, for sure.
Yeah, and there's a backstory behind that reel too. We went out to that karaoke. We went out to karaoke the night before, and there was this old man in there. Nah, he wasn't an old man. He's probably in his like 50s or 60s or so.
Right.
This man was just having the time of his life up there.
Man, he was having a blast.
I think his kid was with him, and then like he pulled him up on the stage, and he's in our faces singing it and stuff. I was like, man, just the freedom for people to do karaoke and just to go up there, and it's just like it's so fun to watch, and
it's just good. He had great energy, but like what it showed me, it's like you gotta really not care. You know what I mean? Because I know, like, as an artist, I'm a perfectionist, and if I miss a note or I mess up or something, especially if I'm in front of people, I'm letting it sabotage me, or I can quick and I just it's cool seeing somebody just that don't do this, just having fun and not caring what anybody thinks, because no one's gonna remember anyways. So
for sure. Yeah, you did a song up there that night, bro. It was just a vibe, just us going out and We didn't even know that it was karaoke night, actually, and we're just like, you know what? Fuck it, but let's stay. And then that one girl that she got up there and she was just bouncing around and just super into it. Like, you know, I actually enjoy seeing people, if they feel like they suck or not, or whatever it is, they feel like they're bombing it. Just people don't care, you know? It's like,
It's just all good, you know, like it is cool though, just seeing like that one chick, man, she brought so much energy, and it just makes me think about myself, reflecting on myself, because I've always loved to sing, but I'm terrified of what I look like up on stage without a guitar or a piano or something. So that was like the fuel for me to start learning instruments, is to have something to hide behind. So
for sure.
but I'm slowly coming out of that. I guess it was probably like 2 weeks ago. I seen a little reel with Post Malone, and he's just doing a little goofy dance. And
Bro, the lawnmower when he hit that, you know?
and he's just having fun. Like, he don't care what anybody thinks, and people love it. And I'm like, man, I used to always think that when I was younger, I'd be dancing and stuff like at home alone, and I'm like, man, if somebody caught me on camera, they would like this, but like, I would never do it in front of people. But since I seen that reel or whatever, I just been like, man, I gotta start just being one with the flow for real, like not caring so much what everybody thinks, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
It really don't.
It holds you back from having fun and being your true self.
Yeah, and I think this is a good segue into talking about how we've bombed shows before, like the whole karaoke thing and dancing on stage. And it's like, bro, we've been at shows where we was not prepared. I'm gonna give y'all a story. So it's probably about 2013 time, and in his first podcast, we mentioned that we were in this group called F Off. It was me, Sam, Trap, and Benji, and we went to Mount Winchester's, and we're in Murray. And actually, Jelly Roll was headlining the show that night. But long story short, we get up on stage, we make the song. It was I think it was like the night before, over at Sam's house, and we're just like, bro, this is the F off theme, you know, like we're gonna get on stage and we're gonna show people that we're F off. And then we actually performed the song. I think it was the next night actually, and everybody forgot their lyrics. And then Sam was just up on stage like rapping everybody's verses, because, you know, Sam's like a genius with it, so he's rapping everybody's lyrics and singing everybody's hooks and stuff. And the funny story is that Jelly Roll did not actually show up that night. But we did meet Lil White, and he was cool. And he was outside. I got to talk to Lil White for like 5 minutes. But
Good dude.
have you ever had some shows that you feel like that you didn't do that good at? Or like you feel like you bombed? Because, man, as an artist, that's like such like a learning lesson for me, you know?
I mean, I've definitely had shows like I wasn't fully prepared and stuff, and I mean, I've played a lot of shows out over the years, and I just kind of learned over time, like, you know, you forget a word or something, if you stop the song, then everybody notices. If you just keep it moving, don't bring any attention to it, no one ever hardly notices. But I know for me, like, I get in my head bad. I mean, I remember playing a show in Marion, Illinois, and I was there by myself, no friends, no family, no nothing, but this place was packed. And I'm rocking out, and there's this group of people over there, and they just are watching me, and they're laughing, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm self-sabotaging myself. I'm like, man, they think I suck. And I just let these thoughts take over me. I start freaking forgetting the words, forgetting the music. I'm just like, just freaking falling, you know?
The anxiety, man, I can only imagine. Like, me being in that spot, like, it's probably one of the most embarrassing things that you can go through as an artist, because you practice for that moment. You practice to be on stage, you know, and not to fuck up. And this is just a learning lesson for me. This has been a learning lesson for him.
I know for me, though, like during that show or whatever, it's like, you know, I'm feeling this way. And then the people, they come by and they throw a $20 bill in my tip jar, and they're like, you did great tonight. You did an awesome job. And I was just like, man, I was like, I've been up here suffering in silence in my mind, you know, like just thinking the worst thoughts, not even enjoying the show. And it was just myself, you know? And so it's easy to get caught up in your own head sometimes, you know. You just got to remember, like, you do this because you love it. If this is your art and this is what you do, you know.
Right. Yeah, like I've been through many things as an artist where I feel like I was just at that breaking point. Where me looking back now, it's like those breaking points actually made me want to push to actually do it more, because I didn't want to be known as the person that just like, damn, came out to see Jelly Roll one night and watched this band called F Off and never heard of them again, even though they fucked up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. So me and Pro, we've been starting a new routine. We've been getting up early in the morning, been trying to get up by 5, and we kind of get us a good stretch in, meditate. You know, we go through a little chakra cleanse, and man, it's been making the hugest difference in the days. Like, it's just a good way to start your day off, just breathing and just being quiet for a minute, being thankful, being appreciative. And I know it's like really made my week a lot better for sure.
yeah, like we started off with the root chakra, and then we worked our way up to the heart chakra, and then it's just really important to wake up and say your affirmations, because that's what I do whenever I'm breathing into my chakras and stuff. Like I get into like a meditative state. I might play some sound off in the background, might like be like a certain frequency or whatnot, but it's just something that really helped me have peace of mind. And to have that peace of mind in the morning, and to say your affirmations and your prayers and your good vibes that you're putting out there into the world, to do it like bright and early in the day, like it sets the tone for the rest of the day. You know what I mean?
For sure. And just like making the most of your time, because me and Pro, we got a bunch of ideas and stuff that we want to work on, but like my work schedule's so just all over the map. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm working till 4 every day, but most every day I'm going and doing side jobs with my cousin, and so it's hard to really make any plans and actually hold true to them. So we kind of came up with a new routine to give us an hour or so to work towards the music and come up with ideas, just chit chat and get our minds in order.
Right, for sure. Yeah, they've been trying to get me on the cold plunge thing.
Man, the cold plunge, I freaking love the cold plunge.
Man, I did a cold shower one time. It was so brutal.
Man, no, it's not.
It was so brutal, man.
They say 12 minutes of cold therapy a week will double your dopamine level, and you have no come down. Like drugs, that's what they do. They're raising your dopamine level, but you'll crash. With the cold therapy, it's just strictly good. I mean, it's difficult to get in the cold water at first, I'll agree, but
Yeah.
once you do it a few times, it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. So, now I would say that's something you start off with the day with also, because I remember something you told me is that like you feel like the worst part of the day for yourself is already over. Like stepping into something that's that cold, you know, like I can only imagine. But me, I haven't actually got the strength in me yet to actually do it. I'm sure that I will before the end of the year. That's a goal for me, you know, like at least do it one time, you know.
No, you'll love it after you do it. After you do it, you'll enjoy it. You just got to flip the way you look at it, because you're getting into the cold and it's uncomfortable, but that's been a big thing with me this last year, you know, is becoming comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And it's not painful, it's just uncomfortable. So I'd rather hop in the cold shower any day of the week than get punched, you know. So
For sure. So what have you been up to this week?
man, just working. I got Isaiah's little clubhouse done.
Yeah, it's so fucking sweet. You guys would love to see it.
It turned out super awesome. I got his little lights all hung up, got his little TV mounted and stuff, and
Yeah.
he loves it. And he's Isaiah's my little boy, by the way. He's amazing, and he cracks me up. He's a little entrepreneur already. Like, he's always coming up with ideas, and he's like, Dad, I got a new idea how we can make some money. And so his new little thing now is he wants to get a chicken coop. He wants to get some chickens. He wants to start slinging some eggs.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been studying that, because I don't know anything about it, but I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I got all the material I need. I'm gonna get the chicken coop built and get the little dude some chickens and get some eggs flowing.
Yeah, man. But that'd be dope. You know, like I know that you can do whatever you put your mind to, you know, like, but this week it was the clubhouse. He got lights in there. It's like little beds and TVs in there. Like the clubhouse is so cool. And like this week will be the chicken coop, huh?
Yep, for sure. I know it's hard making time for everything, but I know like when Isaiah comes to me with something, I always make it happen because I want to give him any opportunity he wants to pursue. If he's interested in something, I want to make it happen. I don't want to fall off and let a couple weeks, months go by, and then he's not interested no more. So
For sure.
I definitely make that a top priority, getting him taken care of. And
Well, my week it started off. I've been making beats heavy. Like I made like 3 or 4 of them in a few days, and I'm just working on the craft. And every single day I switch over to Ableton. So shout out to the people out there that's in Ableton. And I used to work in FL Studio, and FL Studio is pretty cool. I've been working in FL Studio for a long time now, so. I decided to get Ableton and work things out, and I really love how the beats are sounding in Ableton.
man, they sound good for real.
Just to have a loop playing over, and we just play it, and like I have instant words just come to my head, and just start writing. Like I haven't been writing along to my beats as much since I switched over. So
I know it's awesome for me. Like, I'm still stuck up in the job matrix. Like, I can't wait till I can just do music full time. But it is inspiring. Like, coming home, Pro's always sitting at the lab. He's got everything in front of him. He's making beats, and he just stays at it. Like, he's devoted to his craft, and it's awesome. And it's like, it's super cool because for the longest, he'd be like, yo, Tay, check out this new song I wrote. And I'd listen to it, it'd be a fire ass song, and I'd be like, man, it's good, bro. You make the beat? He's like, nah, I downloaded it off YouTube. He's like, I was I was getting a little practice in, just practicing the writing aspect. And I'm like, bro, you got to start making your own beats and write to them. And like here lately, everything that he showed me, I'm like, did you make the beat? He's like, yep. I'm like, my brother. Like, it's so exciting because it's just like a good feeling because I know, like, as an artist, I'm used to creating my own sounds because either on the piano or the guitar, but most all the like hip hop type music I have, it's got it's somebody else's beat, and I just know that potentially that runs into a problem. Like you can buy it and everything, but it's hard to afford them when you're broke.
Yeah, man. I heard something about it in the news the other day. This person actually bought a beat off of YouTube. You've may not heard this story yet. This person actually bought the beat off of YouTube, but the producer did not clear the sample. So the song got sued by Sony Music Entertainment for $850,000 and basically took everything from the song.
Man.
And it was like, you think as an artist, like, man, the producer got it covered. The producer's going to clear the samples. It don't work like that.
Yeah, don't necessarily mean that for sure.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to put something out, you got to clear that sample. Or there's a chance that it can be taken down, or they'll remove your song off your Spotify. Or, like in this person's case, just sue them for $850K, And there's plenty of stories like that. And doing beats yourself, like, it helps you stay in tune with like samples and putting things out. There's a whole business side of it,
And it's like at the end of the day, it's yours. Because I know, like, for me, that was the big red flag with somebody else's beats is when I started posting stuff. Like, I posted a song me and Pro did on TikTok called Waste My Time. And I absolutely love the song. And TikTok flagged it and deleted it instantly. And I was like, man, like, it was just like such a letdown. And it just showed me it's like, we got to stay making our own stuff. I'm not saying we can't work with other artists or whatever, or that we can't buy a beat, but
for sure,
ultimately, if you're going to be releasing music and stuff, you got to have all your ducks in a row because this music game, man, the people are going to come for what's theirs, and I don't blame them by any means, but
for sure,
it's just being smart about it.
Yeah, like you learn with the music industry, and when you put out music, there's a whole nother side of it. Like, there's the side of the music that I enjoy the most, the songwriting, the creation. But us as musicians, we have to be content creators now. Like, there's a battle that is in everybody's content creation world, is that, like, we're fighting for views, we're fighting for the looks, we're fighting for this to be out, we're fighting, you know what I mean? So I actually enjoy this year, stepping into the content creation. It's very fun putting out music videos and lyric videos and this podcast actually, to actually step into the content creation stuff and, but not look at it as competition, because I love seeing everything that's out there. But if you want to do something with the music and actually get your name out there, like, content creation is very important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I know for me, like, just doing this podcast, like I said, it's us stepping out of our comfort zone. And like, the one thing that I want most from this is just becoming comfortable in front of the camera, because that's something I've always lacked, and something that the last podcast kind of showed me. It was like 45 minutes long, and that's doing like 10 songs. And I'm like, man, if we can get up in front of video for that long, like, why am I putting off music videos and stuff? Like, why am I making them such a big deal when they're, like 3 minutes, 34 seconds? So.
Yeah. I think the thing is just time, like, I know there's certain days where both of our time is not as, big as a day like the weekend or something when you don't have to work, or, it's just finding time, putting that intention out there. Like, when we did the first podcast, we only prepared probably 3 or 4 days, wrote down on a green board actually, and chalked some words up, like, we need to do this, like, have a set order, you know what I mean? And I think that's very important, and wanting to get your content and stuff, like, prepared, and I'm very excited to do some music videos. You got this song called Biscuits and Gravy.
Yeah.
And it's a beat that I made, and I'm very excited about how that music video is going to go about. Like, we've been talking about it here and there. But, man, I love so many songs that we have. But, like, Wake Up is probably...
Wake Up's a good one.
Wake Up is, man, I just kind of just want to, like, stop the podcast for a second and just, like, play that song, you know what I mean? Just, like, a little snippet of it, like...
Man, I know, but we don't own the beat.
Yeah.
We're still figuring out all the ins and outs of everything, because we don't know what we can do with stuff that we don't own. If there's, like, a way to, put it in the description that the beat isn't ours and it won't flag us. So we're still kind of figuring everything out with that aspect. But
for sure. Yeah, man, it's just, I want to do something with that song, though, like, Wake Up is so fucking dope, man. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Speaking of, like, support, love, and putting songs out, man, I want to, like, give a shout out to all the people that been playing my music on Spotify. My attention is up to about 30K streams. I'm so close to it, man. I just checked it the other day. It was like 29.5, and it was just a song that I put out like a year ago, and I've just looked at my phone and it's getting played every single day.
I know, man. That's so awesome too. It's like, it's cool as an artist to, like, watch that happen. I haven't got to experience that yet, so that's why I'm happy about getting some stuff out on Spotify and everything. But
yeah,
I know, like, it's awesome to see it happening for you. And what's crazy about it, it's like, it is a great song, but it's definitely not even one of my top favorites. It's just like, wow, the ones that pick up and start really catching traction,
Yeah. I mean, whenever I made the album, like, I didn't put that out as, like, a single. I didn't expect for that one to blow up as much as I have. And it's just my most played song. And it's very relatable. Like, if you heard My Attention, like you would understand. If you haven't, go check out my Spotify at ProTag and play My Attention and leave a comment below or something and tell me what you think about it. I'm very excited for it to be at 30K. Like, just to see that. I went on there the other day. This guy in Spain is playing it, Germany, like, different countries, and
reaching all the little corners of the world,
Right, and it's just amazing to me to see it and actually just put yourself in other people's shoes, like people in Spain and Germany, like, to hear that and put it on their playlist, because I can see, how it's on playlist on there, my Spotify for artists and stuff like that, and I'm just amazed by it,
It really is awesome. I mean, this new day and age, like, things can travel so quick. It's not like the old days. Like, you don't have to get out and travel every bar from here to Timbuktu to be heard of and to, like, be discovered. You can be discovered in your house, and it's just a different world that we live in. But I know, like, me and Pro were talking last night about just how truly powerful music is. Like, how it can take you back to a specific time in your life, like, instantly. Like, and it's just, I want to, like, I do that. Like, I have people tell me all the time that songs help them in certain situations and stuff, but I'm excited to know, like, down somebody's timeline, they'll look back on a time of their life where they were struggling or enjoying life, whatever, and, like, I'm the artist that resonates with them. Like, I think that's super cool.
Yeah, for sure. Like, music is, but like you said, so powerful. Like, you can hear a song, like we were talking about Snoop Dogg songs last night, and I could think of where I was at in the car and what location. And when I was like 9 years old, like, music puts you in like a time warp in a way. I don't know how to explain it, you know?
It does. It's wild for sure.
It's like you can know where you were at, how it influenced you, and just I love music, man, so much, bro. You know,
it's so good for the soul. That's why we do this, because it's just, you know, we're bleeding out on paper and we're letting our craft come to life, and it's just a beautiful thing watching something form in your mind and writing it down on paper, creating a beat to it, and watching it all come full circle.
For sure,
really, you know.
Man, you just said a key word to me that stuck out called bleeding. You just said bleeding, and I want Taylor to give this story about what happened to his arm, actually. It's a really gruesome picture. I am going to put it up on the podcast right here. I know it's gruesome. All right, you guys can look away now.
Viewer discretion advised on this, for sure. So I guess it was back in, the end of 2015. I was playing with my ex's, her oldest son, was just running around the house playing with him. And he ran out through the front door. And when I ran out after him, a gust of wind blew my storm door shut. And right as I was jumping through the threshold, the door handle, it hit me right here. And it just grabbed me and it yanked me. And I fell on my back. And it didn't hurt or anything. I stood up and I was like, that was wild. And I go to close the door, and there's just like a chunk of muscle, and it just dripping. And I'm like, oh my God. I look down at my arm. I don't know how good you guys can see, but it ripped from here all the way down. And it degloved my arm. And it was insane. I remember, like, turning around, and Aiden, he's looking at me, and he's like, that's spaghetti. Because I'm always a jokester. I'm always playing pranks and stuff, and he's like, that's spaghetti. And I'm like, oh my God. And then, like, Justine comes out the house, and she's like 8 months pregnant, you know, she's about to have Isaiah, and she goes to hop in the car to leave without me, and, like, she's just scatterbrained, you know. But luckily it all healed up good. I know, like, when I first go into the doctors and stuff, it, like, hit some main nerves and everything, and they told me that, like, I would never be able to play guitar again, and I was super upset about that. And once I finally got home, I'd been in Vanderbilt for 8 days, and I finally got home, and first thing I tried to do was play my guitar. And my fingers, they won't move. They're just, like, not working. And I remember just sitting in my kitchen, just freaking bawling my eyes out. I'm like, man, I lost part of my passion. Like, my tool that helps me write is gone. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I was like, I'm not gonna accept that. And I just kept spending time working with it, and week after week I'd watch my fingers get better, to the point that when I went to do my first physical therapy appointment, the guy was like, man, whatever you've been doing's been working. And he's like, what have you been doing? I'm like, just playing guitar, man. He's like, you're good. And he let me go. But it was like just the mind is so powerful. If you accept something, like, it can hold you back in life forever, and you got to be willing to push past that, because no man here can tell you truly what you can and can't do. It's like what you accept. And so, you know, if you're out there going through a hard time right now with some bad news or something, like, don't let your mind focus on that. Let your mind focus on the life that you want and the reality that you want, and you'd be amazed at the things you can overcome.
For sure. Like, have the perseverance to never give up, because I know at that time, like, the last thing that you wanted was to never play guitar again. Like, you never expect these kind of things to happen, but you didn't give up, you know what I mean? And you kept at it. You still wanted to play guitar, and I can only imagine, like, the tendons in your arm Sheesh, man. And it's like taking a passion, like playing the guitar, and something like that happening to you. It's just like,
Yeah, really, really test it for sure. I mean, it's just, I'm thankful that I got everything back, and I'm thankful that I can still use my arm. That's for sure.
for sure. So was this like before you put out your first CD that was on like a hard copy, or was it afterwards?
Man, I think I put it out before that actually, but I'm not sure. My mind and time frames is not the best. I got to kind of like lay a map out in front of me where I can see things,
Yeah.
because I'd be like, oh yeah, that just a couple weeks ago, and they're like, bro, that was like 8 months ago. I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, man, yeah, you're right.
I know you were talking to me the other day about how you used to leave notes in the CDs that you used to have. And like if somebody got a CD from you, like you gave them like a heartfelt message and stuff like that. And I thought that was really cool that you did that.
Yeah, for sure. That's like the CD that I did put out back in the day. It had I think there was 13 songs on it, and it was very poorly recorded. It was just all one takes, but people loved it. It was just organic, it was natural, wasn't all in the studio, perfect and pristine. But I think I sold like around 7,000 copies of that, and
Wow, bro.
everybody,
it was that much, man. That's awesome.
yeah, everybody that would hit me up and buy a CD, I would take time to write a note. And if I didn't know the person like directly, I would just, like be appreciative and thank them for, buying a CD and supporting me. But anyone that I had memories with, I would like go into my mind, pull out a specific memory, and write about it and send it out to them. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Like one of my buddies, Cody Neal, when we were kids, we used to play a lot, and he bought some CDs, and I was talking about like, man, I remember swimming at your house, like playing chicken on the diving board.
Yeah.
And when he got the CD, he was like, bro, I just want you to know, like, that meant so much to me. He's like, you like literally took me back in my mind to, childhood. And he was like, I've never had an artist like take the time to do something like that. And I got a lot of good feedback, but that's always been a thing. Like I want to connect with the listener, I want like people that are supporting me. I want to support them in life. I want to cheer them on and whatever they do. And I feel like that's how we should be as artists,
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of that, we can talk about your friend Jimmy that put a comment on our YouTube short. He has a podcast, and he supported us, and this is something that he wants to do with us as well. And I'm all for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Jimmy Cunningham, I haven't got to meet him yet, but I've been talking to him for a while. He's a badass drummer. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he went to Full Sail. He's an engineer and stuff, but good dude, and looking forward to getting together with him. You guys go check out his podcast. It's called Let's Talk About It on YouTube.
Yeah.
So looking forward to getting together with him, and it has been awesome, just all the feedback. I mean, all week I've had people hit me up like, man, we really like the podcast and stuff. We're looking forward to the next one. So
For sure.
we're very appreciative that it's being taken well. And
Yeah. And we still want to review music on here. If you want to send a song to the Good Vibe Tribe email, I'm going to put that on the link right here. And we want people to send us music. And if you want to have it be reviewed on the podcast, it's something that we would enjoy to do. And just work things out with other artists, get to connect with other artists, network with other artists, It's something that I'm very excited about.
for sure, just networking with people all over. Like that's the goal. Just getting our names out there and meeting people that are on the same frequency as us. Just good vibe people, and giving people a platform to share their art as well. Like that's very important.
Yeah, man. It's like truly special to have a podcast and to have a platform like this and post it on YouTube and Facebook and seeing all the reactions and talking to people about it, and just it shows that we're doing the right thing, and the music is coming along, the podcast is coming along, the reels are coming along, just all aspects of everything that we do. Like I'm just very proud of this and proud of all the people that show us support and the love, you know what I mean?
For sure. We want to get to know you guys. We want you guys to get to know us, because we love music. It's what we're passionate about, and we know like over time as you guys get to know us and hear kind of little insight on who we are and the things that we've been through, and just leading to the paths that we might have taken at points in our life, like it's just gonna make us relatable.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're just people too,
For sure. Yeah. So before we close this podcast, I know there's a whole various amount of artists that are around here, but big or small, who is the artist that you would love to work with?
Big or small artist I'd love to work with.
I know that's a tough one, ain't it?
Put me on spot. There's a bunch of artists that I'd love to work with for real, but man, yeah, I'm gonna draw blanks. Who's an artist you want to work with?
I know, like a big artist, I would definitely love to work with Post Malone.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing for sure.
Yeah, like I feel like me and Posty would make a dope song. Like I could either make the beat for him, I could do some rapping, he could do some singing. Either Post Malone, but an artist that's around here that I haven't worked with yet. There's an artist named Kai on my Facebook, and I keep on fucking loving his fucking music that he's putting out, and definitely somebody that I want to work with that's around here. And I'm looking forward to the other artists putting music out here, and somebody that I see and I'm just like, man, like my sound would be dope with theirs.
Yeah, that'd be super cool for sure. I don't know, I'm still drawing a blank. There's a lot of artists that I want to work with. I've got some plans in motion to work with some different artists and stuff, but if we're talking about big name people, I mean, I would love to work with Jelly Roll for sure.
Yeah, man, that's one that would be special to me if I like seen that happen, because like, man, like we've heard of Jelly Roll before he got famous, like back in 2013, and when he was a rapper, when Jelly Roll had bars, like he still does have bars, but like he's doing a lot more of the country stuff now, and it's just like, man, I'm really proud of seeing like Jelly Roll do his thing.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. He's just you can tell he's a good, heartfelt dude. Like he's doing a lot of good things in the world, and I've already got like a song. Like I had a dream about one of my songs, Shotgun Crazy.
Yeah,
and
that's a dope one.
I've never written a second verse for it, and I had this dream, and he literally comes flying past me, and he's like flipping me off in the dream, and then it goes into his verse in the music video. So like to see that come to reality one day, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jelly Roll has been one of my favorite artists here in the past few years, and saw that he was up on stage with my favorite rapper out there, Eminem, and his song that he dropped a few weeks ago was, man, I'm just glad to see like Slim Shady back, like
It's like a Slim Shady.
Man, just like the silly, goofy, not giving a fuck. Like that's the music that I grew up on. Like I remember how we talked about music takes you back. It's like a time warp or whatever you want to call it. It's like, man, I can remember exactly where I was, the location I was at when I heard like the 8 Mile soundtrack for the first time, or the Slim Shady LP, and just for like Eminem to still give like other artists looks and stuff like that, that's dope. That he's been doing music for as long as I can remember of being alive, and then to see him like still do it and to be on stage, and to have like Jelly Roll up on stage with him, like I thought that was really cool. Just seeing that the other day, you know what I mean?
It's just goals, man. Like having longevity in this, it's you hear so many people that are here and gone. I mean, I know I've been a part of groups that have just diminished and broke apart before they even get started. Like it's hard, it's very challenging to form a band and keep everything moving. Like you really have to have some people that believe in the music and are willing to sacrifice their time, because ultimately that's what you're doing. So it is challenging. I know that's why I've always kind of been a solo artist for the longest now, is because I know I'm going to show up when it's time. But I am super excited about this project I'm putting together. Excited to get it out into the world, and just excited to see what forms from it. Excited to see where this podcast takes us. It's already opening doors, and it's just, I already feel more comfortable in front of the camera, which is like my main goal from this. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it's something that I've been working on too, like just doing like the reels for you and like the music videos and stuff, and it's just stepped up to a point where it's like, all right, now we could do a podcast. You know what I mean?
For sure. just stepping into our true selves, you know. Like, we do have big dreams, and I know with work, dedication, consistency, we can achieve anything we set our minds to.
For sure.
And that goes for you as well out there watching. Like, whatever you dreaming, it's not too big. You gotta work towards it. You gotta keep making steps every day towards your dreams. Small steps lead great distances.
For sure. It's so important. You know, if you have something that you're really passionate about, I will keep on saying this over and over. If you have something that you are very passionate about, that you want to do it, and you have dreams, and you can see it, visualizing it, seeing what it looks like, to feel what it looks like, to grab those emotions of what it would feel like if you're on that big stage in front of a crowd of 1,000, to see yourself in a studio with artists that you really are inspired by, to actually really feel those emotions and to know what it would feel like, what the air smells like, you know, just to see those and to actually dream big, because that's how you make it, is by manifesting this. You manifest everything, you know what I mean? And that's something that I think about. If there's things that I want to do and I'm passionate about, it's like manifesting it. And I think that goes hand in hand with the meditation part, you know what I mean?
For sure. It all goes hand in hand. And it's so true. Like, if you can see it and you can just really embody what it feels like to have it, before you know it, you'll be there. And you'll be manifesting your next dream, because what once seemed so far away is right there.
Yeah, it's actually in arm's reach, you know? The universe wants to work for you, you know? The universe is there for you. It's so easy to focus on the things that are not going for you and how the universe is doing this to you and that to you, but it's really about your intention, you know? And having a positive mindset, for me, has really attracted a lot of positive outcomes in my life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And that's the beautiful thing. Like, I'll be around negative people sometimes, and I'm just watching them in this loop, you know? They're just bad, talking about why me, bad,
Complaining
bad.
a lot.
And I'm like, bro, like, you don't have to keep thinking like that. Like, it's just harming you at this point. Like, you can literally go in your mind and you can just edit it. Like, you don't have to think like that. So if you are a negative person, like, I suggest just starting to vibe with positivity. Like, it will change your whole life. It changes those around you, you know? And it's, man, everything's just like, with spirituality and stuff, everything's coming out full surface. I know, like, Joe Rogan putting out these podcasts with, like, Terrence Howard and Billy Carson and stuff. Like, a lot of new things are being brought to the mainstream about spirituality and about who we are and what we're capable of. And I'm still learning myself. I believe that we're capable of a lot more than what we know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, you know, different muscles and stuff that we haven't worked in our mind, that we've never been taught to work. And I know, like, as far as spirituality goes, on my friends list, I've got a buddy, Harlem Indanois. He's from Indiana.
He's awesome.
Good dude. Good dude. And he sells dream bags and stuff. And, like, they help you start remembering your dreams. They help you start lucid dreaming. And I bought one a couple months back. I bought one for me. I bought one for Pro. And I've noticed a big shift in, like, being able to recall my dreams.
Yeah.
And it's just... It's cool getting into that stuff, you know. That rabbit hole goes as deep as you want to go, so.
For sure. Man, it's like I can recall a dream so much, and I've been able to pick up on it a lot more since the dream bags and stuff like that. And Harlem makes smoothies, and, you know, like the stuff that he does, and like what's those things called, the tuning forks, like I saw.
He does the sound healing stuff.
Yeah, like the sound healing. Like, Harlem's just a really cool guy. So you know, go support him and everything that he does, and I will leave a link down below to his stuff, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Just good vibes all around.
For sure.
Speaking of that, our little song we started the podcast off with, we're gonna polish that up and kind of get a release date here soon. I don't know exactly what date, but we're looking forward to dropping that and let you guys hear the rest of the song and stuff, and just put it out in the world and see where it takes us.
For sure. It's summertime high, you know. It'd only be right if we drop it in the summer, and it's like, man, it's getting hot out there, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Too hot out there, you know.
I know, man. I know, like, my day job, I'm a plumber, and this week we were doing an underground, and God, I know Wednesday, or maybe it was Thursday. I guess Thursday. It was rough. It was
Yeah.
rough. I mean,
Yeah, and I saw the picture of it. I was like, golly, man.
I was just like to the point of heat exhaustion, and I was just like battling myself in my mind. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I want to play music. Then my boss is like 34, and that was the length of the pipe that he wanted to cut. And I was like, all right, I'm right on track, because 34 always just kind of reminds me that I'm right where I need to be. And you know, the week's over now. It was a good week.
Yeah.
It was a rough one, but it was all good.
Yeah, man. We got a lot of things accomplished, a lot of things to look forward to. Man, I love y'all so much, man. I just want to say that. Like
For sure.
all the people that check this podcast out. But there was a question in the comments, and it was about relationship goals. And I wonder what you would think about relationship goals, or so what would you feel like is your ideal partner and things that you want in life in that type of sense?
Phew, man, I don't know. I just want easy love, you know what I mean? I want somebody that believes in me, somebody that supports me to be a better person in all aspects, somebody that pushes me to follow my dreams, somebody that helps me.
For sure.
I just want it to be natural. I don't want to have to force things. I don't want to be mad all the time. Like, I just want to be in a place where I'm happy,
Yeah.
and it's hard to link with people. It's hard to live with people. It's hard to be with people. Like, in too much time, too quick, whatever. It's like you see people's true colors. You see a different side of them. So
Yeah. Being around somebody all the time is like you're going to see the good, bad, the ugly, and everything about them. But I think for me, relationship goals is just really getting to know somebody for who they truly are, and knowing that you don't got to question their motives, and just to spend time to get to know somebody. I mean, we have a long life, well, we pray for a long life actually, but just to fall in love with somebody in every single details about them, like accept somebody for who they are, for their past, their present, and where their future is going. And there's really not much more than that to me. It's just really just finding the time and finding peace in somebody. I think that's so important, because it's so easy to get caught up in a loop, or whatever can happen where you don't find peace in yourself anymore, or where you are at and your surroundings. But actually to find somebody else out there that brings you peace. And I think that's relationship goals for me,
For sure. I feel that. I know, like, the whole, like, marriage and stuff, it used to be something like I look forward to, but now I realize, like, people change over time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people are in your life for a season, and, like, it can be beautiful, it can be amazing.
Yeah, it could be great.
You
Right.
take what you will from it, but if you're out there going through like a divorce or something, or a separation, like, just realize, like, life is pushing you towards a better path. Like, you might not see it right now.
Yeah.
And, like, that's in any aspect, but if something that you've been really wanting to happen is, like, falling through, or something's breaking apart, whatever, like, just realize, like, life is pushing you to your best self.
For
So
sure.
just, like, find peace in that, because I promise you the blessings are always disguised, and you'll appreciate it one day. So
Yeah. I think like finding peace in yourself is so important, like once you try to look for it in somebody else, like as long as you can dig deep, know who you are, to get over your traumas and past relationships and heal from those, and just to really understand that like everybody's going through their own journey, their own depression at times, and just to really enjoy the moments, the experience, to go out, have fun, don't rush into things, to really appreciate every aspect of somebody.
that's definitely key. You can't find happiness in somebody else. That's just a form of codependency. Like, once you are
sure.
truly happy inside, that's when you can share that happiness with someone. So
Yeah, man, I agree with that 1,000%. But I'm going to close out the podcast. It's your boy Protag.
it's your boy Taylor James We do love you guys. We're very appreciative of all the support. Please interact. You know, tell us some topics you'd like for us to talk about. If you got some music, send it to us so we can review it. We're looking forward to this coming up episode with Flash and stuff. If you'd like to be a part of the episode, hit us up. We're just gonna keep promoting good vibes and just living life happily. And we thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank y'all so much. And keep in mind that I do have a beat tape that's about to come out this Friday.
Yes.
Not just a rapper. 10 beats that are fucking amazing. I love y'all. We are the Good Vibe Tribe, and we are out.
Out.